Hey, this is Lee Oden from TopRank Online Marketing and TopRank Blog with Mel Carson. We are in London, and as we can see in the background, they're tearing everything down. We're closing down the conference. We are diligent social media marketers, aren't we? Mel just finished a session. You finished a session on social media in the marketing mix. One of the things I picked up on there was you were talking about the importance of looking at all the ways you can engage with people, different technologies, platforms, screens, whatever, but it's also important to remember that people are social, right? Can you elaborate on that?
So it's just the notion that I was just trying to get across how important people are. So a few months ago I talked about saying that I was social media and then saying to the audience, hey, you know what, you're social media as well. You know, we work for different businesses. We could be doing business together. We might want to do business in the future. We've been sent to this conference to either speak and learn and take notes and take that all back. But we can have a social interaction. We can have a little chat in the coffee room afterwards or in the bar. We can exchange cards, or we can tweet at each other and then follow each other online. But then we take that relationship from offline, online. And then we have a little chat, and then I might pass that person some details of some new whiz-bang thing we've got going. And then they might say, hey, you know what? My CEO thinks that's fantastic. Come in and have a chat. And then I go from online back to offline. So it's all about really the importance of having people involved behind your social media strategies, but also realizing that those people themselves are social media as well.
It's not a technology play, it's a people play as much as anything.
All you're doing is using a mechanism on the internet to communicate with different people, either on a one-to-one basis or a one-to-many basis. But a lot of those deals, from a B2B perspective or a B2C perspective, are actually done in-store or face-to-face, when you're actually, you know, going to those meetings and,
right,
and sitting down and doing the biz.
So what do you think about this sort of debate that's out there about the need to develop a comprehensive social media strategy before getting going? And on the other end of the spectrum was this notion of, well, you know, we've got to experiment and we'll develop our strategy as we go.
Yeah, I think it's obviously very important we talk about having goals, you know, what are we trying to do? I think it's important that you research your niche, you research your particular industry, and you might not find that Twitter is necessarily the thing for you. You know, some guy's just been asking me about a dating site, and they said, maybe LinkedIn isn't the best place to be talking about dating. So I think what a lot of businesses do slightly wrong is to cry out with a great big master plan, then they start it off. But because they haven't invested the time on the different increments of those little, that particular ecosystem, if you like, it all falls flat. They end up with a PR nightmare because some guy has done something on Facebook and they didn't know that the other guy had done something else out there on LinkedIn. And it doesn't mesh. The way that we did it was we started off with one blog, one forum. Then we started getting into video, covering conferences, and then that's when my big boss said, well, why are you doing this for just AdSense? Why don't you do this for the whole of Microsoft advertising? And that's when we got the investment. We're not on every platform, we're experimenting with other platforms, but what we're doing is every time we start, we're having a goal, we're demonstrating the return on investment, and then we're going back to the business and saying, this really worked, now give me another head because I want them to work on LinkedIn. Or now give me half a head because I want someone to be uploading and optimizing SlideShare.
What does it look like, half a head? I don't know. There we go. So one last thing, what's one tip you could give to a small, medium business that's thinking about, wow, how do we get started? What should we do? Or a friend you run into that has a business and they're like, gosh, you know, I think social media is a place where I need to be involved. What advice would you give them?
I think it's to research your industry, find out where your potential customers and your customers play. It might not necessarily be Facebook or Twitter. It might be a particular forum. It might be a particular conference circuit that maybe has a good community. So do a really good research, but then be disciplined about it. Make sure that you are engaging with people, that you're not just broadcasting all the time, that you're engaging with people and being helpful. The great thing about the internet, the great thing about social media is the value exchange. I give you something, you might give me something back. If you don't give me something back, I still feel good about the fact that I gave you something. Be disciplined.
Awesome. So thanks for the advice, and if you could share where folks can engage with you and locate you on the web.
You do a search on Bing or Google for Mel Carson. You'll find my blog. I'm on Twitter.
Very
Facebook.
stylish blog, by the way.
Thank you very much. Designed by Bronco.
Yes, very good work.
And yeah, drop me a mail, tweet at me. I like to be engaged with. You know, a lot of people I see following me, 24 hours later unfollowing me because they're using a social tool to auto-unfollow me because I didn't follow them back. I don't work like that. Engage with me. Let me know you're real.
Awesome. Fantastic. Thanks a lot, Mel.
Thank you, Lee.